I am an immunocompromised person. That. Let's do it, Dan! I love filming inside because I don't have to wear shoes.
Yes, it's much better. Plus it's randomly cold and or hot outside.
Yeah, I feel like it's randomly cold and or hot in our apartment too, but that's because I'm very sensitive to the cold.
This is true, can confirm.
Yep. All right, so hey everybody, we're here practicing, Dan and I. Well, I'm practicing, Dan is lounging. Today we're gonna do some cardistry. I know it's been a while since I practiced cardistry, both on camera and in real life, because it's hard. And I don't like practicing it very much, but I do like practicing. I do. Today I've got these new decks from Relativity Cards. They sent them to me. Thank you so much. If you want to send me any fun goodies and or fan mail and or anything not creepy, you can do that. I have a fan mail address now.
Woohoo! Up now.
Yeah!
Yeah! Just send it here.
So there's a link in the description if you want to do that. Today, Dan and I are going to try to talk about, you know, whatever's on our mind, but especially the coronavirus and all of that.
Yep. Plagues on the menu today, boys.
Yep. We're going to try to keep it light, keep it upbeat and stuff, but that is something we've been talking about a lot lately, so that will be the topic of conversation. Yeah. Before we jump into it, I wanted to say thank you so much to everyone on my Otter Club. I appreciate you so very much. If you want to join, it's only $2 a month, and it helps me out, and you get some cool stuff, and that's it. All right, let's play. So I'm just going to warm up on the cards, and then I'll start working on the big trick that I'm working on. But it's going well already. It's funny because I feel like I have like two sets of friends on the internet right now. One set is just freaking out about the virus, and they're just like, we're all gonna die! And they're just running around freaking out, which is just not true, right? It's just not. We're not all gonna die. Only like 2% of the population is. Which is a big deal, and that brings me to the other set of friends that I have that are like, it's just everyone's over-exaggerating, it's not even a problem.
Yeah, 2%'s not even a big number.
No.
I mean, it's like 98% survival rate.
Yeah, and I'm not one of them, and we should all just wash our hands. And I'm like, okay, there's a middle ground between the it's not a problem at all and it's the biggest issue ever to happen. And it's just, the internet is a special place.
Yeah.
And I, interestingly enough, am in that 2%, I think. I mean, I can't confirm because I haven't gotten it,
Yeah,
but...
there are immunocompromised people that are more at risk.
Yes.
Quote, unquote.
And I am an how do you say it?
Immunocompromised?
I am an immunocompromised person.
Immune-compromised? I think it's immune.
I don't know. I have an autoimmune disease.
You have a compromised immune system.
Yes, I have an autoimmune disease, which means that I have a low white blood cell count. I have a low other like platelet, and there's another thing that I have low. Basically, my body decides that it wants to kill its own cells rather than only the bad ones. Yeah. So then when the bad ones come in, they get in a lot easier. There's no good ones to ward it off. So I get sick all the time.
Yep. Guys keep killing themselves.
It just sucks. And so I can't confirm that I would be one of the 2%, but I know that I am definitely more at risk than the average person, and that freaks me out a lot. I'm really worried about it, mostly because I think that I think people assume that like that 2% is only old people or like people with cancer.
And it is, but also
just regular people who you don't know have like compromised immune systems.
And also, to put 2% into perspective,
right?
That's 11 million Americans.
How many people in the world? So let's do the math. If 2% of the population gets this illness.
Yeah, 2% die from it.
Yes.
Assume we all get it.
Right, because we probably will, and everyone will get like a little bit of a sniffles. There's 7.5 billion people in the world. I'm bad at math. So 7, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
That's 9 zeros.
0, 0, 0, 0. My calculator won't go up that high. I can't do the math. Okay.
So wait, can we ask Alexa?
Ooh, Alexa, what is 2% of 7.5 billion?
2% of 7.5 billion is 150 million.
So
150 million.
Only 150 million people will die.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's only half the population of the U.S.
Yeah. Myself probably included. It sucks. Like, I am notorious for getting sick. Since I was a kid, I have gotten terrible illnesses. At one point, I got so sick that I almost died, and I was like paralyzed for 3 months. It's just like, it's not a joke, you know? And so when everyone's like, the odds of us getting it or whatever, but like most of us aren't even gonna die, I'm just like, yeah, but you're gonna carry it and spread it around all the people that will die. Mm-hmm. So please don't go to Coachella or whatever you wanna go to. I have like performer friends, and people are very much like losing jobs over it, and they're losing
well, a lot of productions are
they're shutting down.
They're shutting down. Conventions are straight canceling left and right.
Like South by Southwest got canceled.
South by Southwest just went down, yeah. And now people are looking at like E3 and Comic-Con and wondering what they're going to do.
Right, because those are a couple months away.
Mm-hmm. And so,
I can't go, so I don't really care. Selfish.
Yeah, you know, so it's people are kind of getting that fear. And not only that, but theaters in China are closed. And people are wondering if theaters are going to close here. Because
everything in China is closed. Because China's like dying.
China. Yeah, no one really knows what's going on.
There's like just thousands of people that they've reported have died.
Yeah. It's just,
let alone...
There's a big conspiracy theory about what is real and what isn't coming out of China.
Yeah.
But,
and Japan is now closing everything.
Yeah.
And...
It's almost like the plot to a movie.
It really is. And we noticed that like on Netflix and Hulu and stuff, all the like virus movies are trending.
No one remembers Outbreak.
That movie's weird.
Outbreak scared the hell out of me when I was young.
Yeah. I didn't watch it when I was young. I watched it when I was in my, I think Kevin Spacey's in it, isn't he?
No, it's Dustin Hoffman.
No, he's not the main character, but I think Kevin Spacey's in it.
Is he?
Yeah.
What happened, Casey?
Oh, nothing. I just got a sudden case of the wheelies, you know.
Before we knew that Kevin Spacey was a horrible human, I thought Kevin Spacey was a really good actor, which he is. It just turns out he's also a creep. But he, I watched all of his movies. That's the only reason I would have watched that movie.
Yeah, man. Remember that scene in Outbreak when the guy sneezes in the movie theater?
No. I have just, look at how not good at this I have gotten. I should be so freaking smooth at this now, and I'm just not. Cardistry is not my jam. I'm very much uncoordinated with the cards. Yep. So yeah, all like Outbreak, Contagion, there's just like indie ones popping up now on Hulu. Mm-hmm. It's funny. Yeah, they're really capitalizing on it.
Yeah, give it 2 years and Hollywood will be like, there'll be like 6, plague movies in theaters.
If we're alive.
If there are theaters.
No. I think that's the thing is I think that the half of the people who are like overly not worried about it have a point in that it's not the end of the world for sure.
Yeah.
It is a virus that, I don't know, one of my friends was like, I mean, thousands of people die from the flu every year. I'm like, yeah, it's 0.0001% of people die from the flu.
Alexa, how many people die from the flu every year?
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, at least 12,000 people die from the flu each year.
On average, it's 11,000 people every year. Mm-hmm. How many millions did we say? Is that my phone? All right, so I've been working on the Charlie, I don't know how to say it, the Charlie cut, which is this. That's not looking great at all. The one that I really have been trying to get better at, which I'm just not, is the Revolution cut. And I've really been working on this one, and I know it doesn't show. But I've been working on it, I swear. It's so hard. No. The flu kills thousands of people every year. This has the potential to kill millions if it keeps spreading. And like, that's just the difference. And so, yeah, it's not like the end of the world. We should definitely all just do basic things like not coughing on other people and also just learning to wash our hands. Very much important. But also, if things are getting canceled, I know it's like the end of the, like, it feels like a big deal, but it's also, I don't know, I feel like there's an effort to contain it, and that should be like not just, people just get like an attitude about it, and I know it's affecting lives. I know trips are getting canceled. I know jobs are being lost, but it's also like perspective, because it's also an effort to just prevent the spread of this very real scary thing.
Yeah.
You can have no symptoms and spread it. It's very scary. I don't want to die.
Also, recent reports too are optimistic on the trend of infections. So if you really dig deep and look into the latest, stuff that's going on with it, you'll see that it's not as dire as everyone seems to think.
In what sense?
Oh, it's just that China's kind of getting in front of the spread of it.
I'm not like worried about China. I mean,
oh yeah, but it's like,
I think it's the fact that it's already spread to other, like Iran, Japan.
It's when it gets to major cities is when because
it's already spread to LA.
Well, yeah, it's in LA. It's in Washington.
Yeah, and like already have had deaths from it. Now, granted, there's not that many, but it is still like, it is a thing that can spread really easily, and all of a sudden it can go from 30 to thousands of people.
Yeah.
And that's like, no.
Plus, cool stuff is happening too. Like, remember the video game Destiny? The studio that makes it, Bungie, created software so they could work remotely from home.
Yeah.
And still continue development on the game that is a live service game.
I want to work from home. It was so funny. My work sent out an email. And, people work in the building other than post-production people. I work in editing. And they sent out an email that was like, be prepared if, like, it was just a precautionary email of like, be prepared if we decide that it is spreading and we need to like stay home. And it was like, get prepared to work remotely, everyone except the post-production team, because they're the only ones that technically have to be there for the equipment.
Yep.
And I was like, dang it!
Yep.
Everyone else is gonna get to work from home.
It's like, everyone but you.
And it was so funny because I had like a cold a couple weeks ago. A straight up cold, possibly a sinus infection. It was definitely not the flu. Luckily I don't tend to get the flu very often, so maybe that is good. But it was just a cold. The symptoms were not the same as coronavirus, so that's good. But when the coronavirus like started spreading, everyone in my work gave me the evil eye, because they were like,
Yep.
You brought it to us. And I was like, I didn't have the coronavirus.
It's
I would probably be dead.
It's moments like that when you realize how Lord of the Flies things are gonna get.
And you also realize how horrible it must be for like Asian Americans in our country right now. I'm sure in parts of the country where people are maybe not as like progressive, you're gonna get so much just, what do they call it? Xenophobia? And that's gotta be so horrible.
And it's taking xenophobia and mixing it with germaphobes. And that's a wonderful combination.
Yeah. My favorite was how the CDC, oh snap, look at that, yeah!
Yeah, tricks.
My favorite was how the CDC, on their, because I've read the CDC website a lot, they were like, we're not sure, because I was wondering if you can get it from like Amazon packages from China, and they were like, we're not sure actually, like maybe.
Maybe.
And I'm just like, maybe? Like,
they're like, that would be really tricky to solve if that were true, so we're gonna really cross our fingers.
yeah, they were like, we're not sure. I'm just like, can you find out? Because I have a lot of Amazon packages on their way, and I don't know if I'm allowed to open them. Either way, hopefully you are healthy and safe. Wash your hands. There is reality in that it is not yet a dire situation. We just need to wash our hands better. Maybe like not be going to situations where you're easily going to be spreading around sicknesses like festivals and
oh man, music festivals are hosed.
Exactly.
Oh,
just like
no.
avoid going to those situations. But also don't like freak out and act like the world is ending, because it's not. It's fine. Hopefully I don't die. That's what I hope.
We'll document the whole thing.
Right? Then I'd be famous.
Yeah, internet famous. I literally died from coronavirus.
It's the name of my YouTube video. Yeah. Literally died. I'm dead. DED.
And it's like a big germ, like next with your face, like a thumbnail.
It's just horrible, because I just can't imagine how horrible it would be to go through. I don't know. It just sounds horrible.
What? To survive a plague?
No, to get a sickness that you know people are dying from, and like, just how scary that would be. I don't know. I have a trip coming up to Australia. I'm performing at a juggling festival in Australia in a month. And I'm legitimately worried about it.
Well, look at it this way. It could be the last safe place on the planet, because I can't think of anyone that's going to Australia.
It's already spread there. There are cases of the coronavirus already in Australia.
All right, maybe New Zealand. We should move there.
I think it's close enough that there's also been cases there. I'm not sure though. But either way, I'm like, I don't know what to do. As somebody who is immunocompromised, who does tend to just get sick when I travel, let alone when there is a technical outbreak of a specific illness, and then like flying on a 12-hour flight with just people, I'm gonna get sick.
People.
For 2 weeks, I'm gonna be in a foreign country, traveling around, putting my immune system at risk, and then also, going to a festival full of jugglers, which isn't usually like the cleanest place, just because people are like outside in the dirt and they're touching each other's props and they're like, hey!
Used to be in whatever.
I get sick almost every time I go to a juggling festival, and I just really don't want to get sick with the coronavirus. I'm nervous. I'm gonna go to my doctor. I'm gonna try to get into the doctor in the next couple weeks and like ask their opinion on legitimately how worried should I be. Should I not go? I can't imagine canceling an awesome free trip to Australia. But also, I can't imagine how stupid I would feel if I'm laying in a sick bed with the coronavirus because I wanted to go on a trip to Australia. I died because I wanted to go to Australia.
It's a real coin toss.
It's almost like, it's that question of like, if there's any risk, is your life worth it? And I don't think I've ever been in the situation where there's like even a 2% chance that I would die.
Gonna risk your life for some dirty Australian jugglers.
I like Australian jugglers. Yes. All right, check this out. Check out this cut. Boom. That's not it. Hold on. I want to get it like clean on camera. 2, 3, snap. It looks like crap.
Practice. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall.
It's just so... Do they do cardistry at Carnegie Hall?
Boy, wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah. It's just like, it's so hard. Maybe if I try it with a smaller deck. Way easier. Look at that. If I take half the deck, I can do it. Sometimes.
Work your way up.
It is a legitimately weird trick because you have to hold a bunch of cards at the bottom while manipulating a top set of cards and then somehow make them all come back together. It's very hard. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna see next time if I can learn some other like beginner tricks, because I feel like maybe I've just jumped to the very advanced ones and I'm not making progress. So next time, I have some beginner tricks. If you're a cardistry person and you have some suggestions for tricks, let me know. I will look them up. I will do that. And yeah, I think I feel pretty good about that progress right now. I mean, I shouldn't feel good about that progress. It's not very good. But
well, honestly, there's a lot going on in the world. And sometimes that gets in the way of practice, and that's a real thing.
Well, and I think it's just also a really hard skill. And I'm making a lot of progress on my other skills. But this one is so hard, it's hard to practice.
Pen spinning's going real well.
Pen spinning. I'm a pen spinning maniac. Please, if you know cardistry or you're at all familiar with it, leave me some trick names that I can look up that aren't as hard as this dumb that. And don't forget to go check out the Relativity new decks. I think they're called Singularity. So that's really cool. They're beautiful. They've got some really cool designs on the inside. I dig them, and they feel great. So thank you so much to Relativity for sending me those. If you haven't joined the Otter Club, go do that. Like I said, it's only $2 a month, and it just helps me out. And you get some good stuff. It's a good time, and otters, you know?
Yeah, who doesn't love otters?
I know. If you made it this far, we need a secret code word.
Oh.
People are doing the secret code words. I am so proud of you. You are my favorite viewers. Thank you. Today's secret code word.
Oof, it's up to you.
I don't want it to be something related to the coronavirus because it's too sad. How about kangaroo?
Kangaroo.
Because of Australia.
Yeah.
Kangaroo. Comment kangaroo if you made it this far. I'll give you a special heart in the comments, and it'll be a good time. I'm gonna practice. I swear. I gotta go pick them up.
Next time.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye. Done.
I got these new cards from, oh no, what are they called? Hold on. I gotta make sure I get the name of the companies right that send me stuff.